So I get a lot of questions both here in my comments and in my inbox as to why my content on YouTube is mostly directed at men. Why do I, a female sex and relationship coach, give advice on how to get better at oral sex on women, or how to make her come, or different sex positions that feel great for her? Why is it that I don't address women or couples more specifically in my videos? And today I want to address that question. When I was a sexual health researcher, I was actually more engaged in doing research on bisexual women because, ta-da, I am one. But when I got started on YouTube and made my infamous first video on squirting, I found that a lot of men were drawn to my content. As I started my coaching practice and moved away from academia, I also found that it was really easy for me to work with men to improve their sex lives. So it was a very natural fit for me. But what I think is more important in the context of all of the advice that exists today is that a lot of sex advice is aimed towards women. Women tend to have more pain with sex. They tend to be more invested in improving their relationships. So you'll see a ton of books and videos and YouTube channels that are aimed towards women. But what you will also see is a lack of information that is directed towards men. You see, there's been a long time belief in mine and other industries that men don't really actually care that much about improving their relationships, that they're not invested in personal growth, that they shouldn't need to, want to, or even desire to have better sex and better relationships. And you and I both know that that is just not true. And while there are a lot of men on the internet and beyond who are giving sex advice to men, my feeling is always that for the average man, he's been able to solve premature ejaculation or erectile dysfunction for himself. He has his own personal experience with his own body, working with his sexuality and relationships from the male perspective. But most of the men that come to watch my videos are having relationships with women, and they're seeking a female's perspective on what sex is like for her. If you really want to get better at being intimate with women, I think it makes the most sense to speak to a woman. I'm not saying that I give better or worse advice than anyone else. I certainly think that there are plenty of educators out there that are giving amazing advice, and there's always so much more for me to learn. But I know from my personal experience from dating both men and women over the course of my life that I have a lot to share, both from a personal perspective and then adding on to that my professional experience. So I hope that that clarifies why this channel is mostly directed at men. I also think that it's a little bit too simple to say that it is simply directed at men. It's directed at men who are having sex with women. Women can watch any of my videos and share them with the man in their lives in order to help them to determine what they want during sex, how they could improve their sex life, how they might even improve their romantic relationship by introducing this information into the bedroom. The sad truth is that a lot of women actually don't really know what they want in bed because they haven't really been exposed to a wide breadth of erotic possibility. And so while I may speak directly to men in my videos, I want you to know that my goal is to help both men and women to enjoy the best sex and relationships possible. If you want to help me on my mission to improve everyone's sex life, then please make sure that you are subscribed to this channel and share my channel with someone in your life, male or female, who you know could use it. You can help me to get to 1 million subscribers by the end of this year by doing just that. Thank you so much for tuning in, for subscribing and sharing. I'm Caitlin V, and I will see you here later.